How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's episode we'll make some brioche donuts. Let me tell you, brioche is the most versatile dough out there. And I have a whole playlist full of brioche recipes. You can check it out in the link in the top right corner. And these donuts are super delicious, soft and fluffy, with homemade jam. And as ever, you'll find a full written recipe with metric and imperial units in the link in the description box. But first things first, let's see what equipment we need. A tray with a rack for draining the donuts would be great. If you don't have one, use a colander. We'll need another tray, a pot for frying, scales, dough scraper, temperature probe. A slotted metal spoon would be great for fishing the donuts out, a piping bag with a nozzle, and a couple of chopsticks. Now ingredients. For the jam, you'll need some frozen strawberries or some fresh strawberries and some sugar. It is winter in the UK now, so strawberries are obviously not in season. Making the jam could not be simpler. Combine your strawberries and your sugar in a pot, bring it up to the hob top, on medium heat for around 15 minutes, or until it's nice and thick. And you don't even have to make your jam if you don't want to, just get some jam from the shop. Or fill these donuts with whatever other filling you like, or leave them plain if you want to. Now once your jams become nice and thick, you can take it off the heat, put it in a bowl, and leave it on the side to cool down completely. And towards the end, make sure to keep an eye on it, you don't want it to burn. Now this looks good to me. Now let's get on with the dough. I'm using a refrigerated brioche dough that I made the day before. And all of my brioche recipes use the same base dough. That's why I keep it in a separate video. There's no point repeating it every time. So what you want to do is get your dough out of the fridge and divide it into 12 equal pieces. This will make nice little donuts. You don't want them to be too big, otherwise they're not going to fry properly. Now let's pre-shape them after dividing. All you want to do is flatten your dough out, fold the edge over the middle, going around in a circle until you reach point where you started. Then tighten it against the table, place the smooth side up, and repeat with the rest. Now cover them up and let them rest for around 1 hour. At this point the dough is only coming up to room temperature, so there's not much fermentation going on. As you can see, it's not puffing up that much. Now this recipe is so easy. I mean, all we did was divide the dough, pre-shape it, and now we're already doing the final shaping. Take your dough ball, place it smooth side down, flatten it out, fold the edge over the middle, going around in a circle until you reach point where you started. Tighten it against the table, pinch the seam together, place it on your tray, and repeat with the rest. Make sure you leave some gaps between them, as they will puff up during fermentation. Now depending on the temperature of your kitchen, your donuts may rise quicker or slower. Cover them up and keep an eye on them. It took me around 1.5 to 2 hours. You want them to be visibly puffed up. And now we're ready to fry. Now make sure you have everything ready to go. A bowl of sugar for dusting, a rack and tray for draining, and of course your oil must be preheated. 160 degrees Celsius or 320 Fahrenheit is what we're looking for. You don't want it to be hotter than this. Now you should always test your dough with one donut first, see how it goes, and then make adjustments. It's like pancakes, you know, the first one sometimes gets messed up. I've already done that, so I can drop 3 at a time and get on with it. Chopsticks are the perfect flipping tool for donuts. They'll take around 2 to 2.5 minutes per side, and as soon as they come out of the oil, pop them in your sugar bowl and toss them around. And don't worry about having too much sugar at this point. Once they cool down, we'll knock it off. Now leave them on your rack to cool down completely. Now here's what I said about the sugar. We did put more than we needed, but you can shake it off. I like nicely covered sugary donuts. And if you'd like, you can flavor the sugar as well. Use some cinnamon or maybe some lemon zest. But that's up to you. Now it's time to put the jam in a piping bag. And a nozzle will really help. Right, here's how to do this efficiently. Get your piping bag, cut the end off, place your nozzle inside. Now twist the piping bag and stick it inside the nozzle. This will prevent any leakage. Then place it in a cup, open it up, and scoop in your filling. That's your easy, mess-free, foolproof way of filling a piping bag. Now let's leave this on the side and prepare the donuts. This little box that I have comes in really handy because I can stand the donuts up on their side. It saves me holding them in my hands and doing this one by one. Now poke a nice deep hole in each donut with your chopstick, and now fill them up. This amount of filling is just enough for 12 donuts. And that's it. That's how we make brioche donuts. Pretty simple, right? If you don't like the hassle of making brioche dough, even though it's quite simple, I do also have regular donuts on my channel. But as always, if you have any questions or suggestions, drop them down in the comments. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.